Altamont Freddie Butler.
And I'm Ricardo Baby Gardner, and you are watching the Reggae Boys commentary.
Reggae Boys commentary, live and direct every time.
Hi, I'm Damari Gurry. You're watching Reggae Boys commentary.
Hello, everybody. How is everybody doing? I'm Simon Preston. Welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. How is everybody? How's your Sunday going? How has your weekend been progressing as well? Are you guys ready for another week that lies ahead? Well, certainly looking forward to what you guys have to say here. All right, so we're going to go right into this video in particular, but prior to that, you're all encouraged as well to hit the like button, and after doing so, to hit the subscribe button to Reggae Boys Commentary as well. All right, folks, it's good to see folks in the comments as well. Alj says up and live, Alj. How are you doing? We are on the rise, and keep your eyes on the prize. Yes, those rhyme very, very well indeed. So Alj has posed another comment within the chat, and we're going to get to that quite shortly, and we're going to analyze what has taken place here in the latest edition of the Concacaf Rankings Index. Before I take more of the comments, I just want to remind those that it's for the Concacaf Rankings Index, it's the last day of the month that this is reflected. The last day of the month is when you get to see a change where this is concerned, or an update in the Concacaf Rankings Index, all right? So that you all are aware. And remember, this is separate and apart from the FIFA World Rankings. The FIFA rankings are expected to come out on Thursday, all right? Good. So we can be able to progress right into what we've seen in the comments. Coach Teddy Bear says, blessing Simons, well done to you and the Reggae Boys. Oh, thank you very much. The guys did extremely well on the pitch. Thank you very much. Wayne Carnegie says, up and running. Up and running. All right, cool. Danny Boy says, the legendary Simon. I'm not legendary. I give thanks to the Almighty for everything He has done for me. You know, He's a wonderful person, and you know, an outstanding mother as well, for providing the foundation for me as well. The only person that has been there for me through thick and thin. So yeah, I think that, you know, those two individuals have played an important role in my life. All right, so you could say it's been a family of three. Jehovah God, my mother, and me. And there's even a song about that. You guys should check it out as well. But yes, as you can see in this video and on your screen right now, Concacaf Rankings Index. And it says as of March 31, 2024, which means that it was today. March 31, 2024, that it was updated. Sherrod Hall says, bless up, Mr. Preston. Bless up. How are you doing, sir? Hope you're doing well. If you guys haven't already, please hit the like button. And after doing so, hit the subscribe button as well. All right. So that is something that we can be able to discuss. All right. So yeah, all right, so let's get right into it, shall we? Now, as you can see in this latest index, Jamaica are fifth. So Jamaica has risen from 6th to 5th in the latest edition of the Concacaf Rankings Index. Jamaica has gained 92 quality points to now have 1,677 points. Prior to the last international window, Jamaica was 6th within the Concacaf Rankings Index, behind Costa Rica. Costa Rica were actually the team that were in 5th position. But Costa Rica, as we know, the gap between in points between Jamaica and Costa Rica was very, very tight. Jamaica gained 92 quality points, while Costa Rica lost 2 points in this window, despite defeating Honduras by 3-1. And I just want to make the point before we look at other teams in the table that Jamaica, with 92 quality points, has gained the most points in the CONCACAF Index. All right, Jamaica was the biggest, accumulated the largest number of points in the CONCACAF Rankings Index. All right, Jamaica picked up 92 points. 92 points. It's a very, very big deal for Jamaica to have this. So what does this mean now? It means now that Jamaica are 33 points behind Canada. Jamaica now are 33 points behind Canada. All right, Jamaica are 33 points behind Canada. Now, who does Canada have to play next? Well, Canada will next be in action against the Netherlands in a friendly international on June 6th. So what does this mean now? Well, realistically speaking, if Jamaica is able to get 6 points in World Cup qualifying, against the likes of the Dominican Republic and Dominica in June, and when you bear in mind Canada has a friendly international against the Netherlands, it could be a situation where Jamaica leapfrogs Canada. But we'll see how everything pans out, because Canada's next competitive assignment will be in the Copa America against Argentina on June 20 in Atlanta. But prior to that, they'll have a friendly against the Netherlands. But what about Mexico as well? Because as we know, Mexico will not take part in World Cup qualifying. What lies on the horizon for them? Mexico have 2 friendly matches prior to facing Jamaica in the Copa America. Mexico will face Uruguay on June 5, and Mexico will face Brazil on June 8. So those are the 2 matches that Mexico have in store prior to the Copa America. In relation to the United States have 2 difficult games. One, they're going to face Colombia on June 8th, and Colombia are on a fantastic 22-game unbeaten run as it stands. And then after that, they'll face Brazil on June 12th. So the United States will face Colombia and Brazil prior to the Copa America, where they'll open their campaign against Bolivia, then take on Panama, and end the group stages of the Copa America against Marcelo Bielsa's Uruguay. So that's what lies ahead for them. But I think it's a positive that we need to take it. It really is a positive that we have to stress on in relation to Jamaica rising in the FIFA rankings. And I'll, speak about what this means as well. So I'm going to get to it quite shortly. Let's see the comments. Marlon King, do we have to play the group stage of the next edition of the Nations League based on the index? Marlon, here's the thing. The reason why we can't answer that question at this point in time is because CONCACAF are yet to release which month of the CONCACAF Rankings Index that they would use for the seedings for the next edition of the CONCACAF Nations League. It's still to be determined which ranking, which month of the CONCACAF Rankings Index that would be used. That is what everybody needs to be mindful about and be wary about. You understand what I'm saying? I know that for the last edition of the CONCACAF Nations League, where we're in the group stages alongside Grenada, Haiti, Suriname, Cuba, Honduras, that it was the March 2023 edition of the CONCACAF Rankings Index that was used. So if it follows like last year, then that means that they would use the March edition again. But still, that has not been announced by CONCACAF. CONCACAF have not announced the situation for the 2024-2025 edition of the CONCACAF Rankings Index. That is still to be determined in terms of what month they would use for the seedings. But one thing that we know for sure is that the Nations League for the 2024-2025 cycle will serve as a qualifier for the 2025 CONCACAF Gold Cup. All right, so that is to be determined. Okay, that will be determined. The qualification for the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Promotion and relegation will still be a figure. So as we know, we have teams that got relegated and teams that got promoted. Like, for example, Grenada and Haiti are relegated to League B, while we have teams that got promoted to to League A in this index. For example, like Guadeloupe and French Guyana, they're now going to be playing in League A for the 2024-2025 cycle. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that we all have to be mindful and wary about as well for the remainder of this calendar year. September and October are the group stages of the Concacaf Nations League, while in November, we're going to have the quarterfinals, just like what we did against Canada as well. And similarly, the Nations League finals in March 2025 as well. So still some information to be revealed by Concacaf in relation to this aspect. It's not something that has been announced as yet. I'm sure the competitions department will be analyzing this and working on this assiduously so that we can be able to have all of the information and process from there. All right. So yeah. Shard Hall said, giving thanks to the Most High. Absolutely. We all have to do that. It's incredibly important. Remember, Wicked Man, Chris, that it's the points that determines where you are. So as you can see in the CONCACAF Rankings Index, Mexico has 1,907 points. The United States, 1,849 points. Panama, third, 1,737. Canada in fourth, 1,710. And Jamaica, 1,677. So it's about accumulating the points and being able to garner these points. And once you are able to move up with the points, then automatically you'll move up in places as well. So that is why all of this is incredibly important in the grand scheme of things. All right. And no, it's not about player quality, Algie. Remember that we're coming from a situation where Jamaica is playing in League B of the Nations League. And when Jamaica was in League B of the Nations League, points tallied in League B of the Nations League is different from League A of the Nations League. Now that we're in League A of the Nations League, you have more points on offer and you have an opportunity to be able to close the gap. And we're doing that. We closed the gap with Costa Rica and now we've leapfrogged Costa Rica. So that in itself is a positive that we must all embrace. And now we have Canada and Panama within our sight as well, because it's not far, 33 points behind the Canadians and also 60 points behind the Panamanians. So we're not far off, not far off. Look how much points Panama lost, 72 points. So they're further away from the Americans, while Jamaica are getting closer. Jamaica, the biggest mover in terms of points in the March edition of the CONCACAF Rankings Index. That should be encouraging. Tyrone Williams says, blessings, Simons, blessings. Yes, 92 points in terms of what we gained over this FIFA window. All right, good, so that everybody understands that. Remember, Chris, that the CONCACAF Rankings Index is separate and apart from the FIFA rankings, okay? For World Cup qualifying, it was the FIFA rankings that was used to seed teams. For the Nations League, for Gold Cup, for CONCACAF specific competition, it's the CONCACAF Rankings Index that is used. Understood? For the FIFA World Cup qualifiers, it was the FIFA rankings that was used. Okay? But since you asked in terms out of curiosity, Jamaica, the next FIFA ranking should be this Thursday. Well, April 3. April 3 is when the next edition. So that will be Wednesday, actually. On Wednesday, we'll have the latest edition, the men's FIFA rankings. And Jamaica right now are 57th, but incredibly close to Costa Rica and incredibly close as well to Canada and also Panama as well. Because Costa Rica, they're 54th. The Canadians are 50th. Panama are 44th. So when you put that into perspective, we're going to be gaining points there as well. So there's more positives to take in the FIFA rankings as well. Okay. So yes, Dwayne, I just answered the question in terms of the world. In the FIFA world rankings, Jamaica are 57th. Okay. Righteousness in terms of friendlies, we'll see. We'll see what happens. As you know, when you have, it's very difficult to arrange friendly matches outside of the FIFA window. Very, very difficult to do so. As you know, Jamaica signed an MOU with Trinidad and Tobago, so that is how we were able to get those two friendly matches in late February and early March. And also last year it was the opposite, where we welcomed Trinidad and Tobago to our shores, but this year it was Trinidad and Tobago welcoming Jamaica. So when you put that into perspective, it just goes to show having friendly matches outside of the FIFA window is very challenging. But I do understand where you're coming from, because for me personally, outside of FIFA windows, if you have Jamaica Premier League players being able to gain experience in internationals like they did against Trinidad and Tobago, I'm all for that. I'm 100% all for it, because somebody can get up to 10, probably 12 caps in non-FIFA window periods alone. You know what I'm saying? And you look at our neighbors, Cuba, we have non-stop flights to Cuba. We have non-stop flights to Cayman Islands. We have non-stop flights to Trinidad and Tobago. We have non-stop flights to Barbados as well. So we have avenues where we can be able to tap into in order to arrange matches outside of the FIFA window. And this has to be viewed as a positive as well, because persons are gaining the experience of playing international matches, being tested to a different dimension as well. And also from the technical side of things, the technical staff is also looking at players and seeing who can fit in, who can add that piece to the puzzle, who can be able to add some value towards the team. So that is why when you put everything into perspective, this has to be viewed as a positive, and the camp in Trinidad and Tobago has to be viewed in similar light as well. We're able to see Kaheem Dixon, right? And Kaheem Dixon made the plane to Dallas, right? Shaquan Davis, similar for Shaquan Davis as well. He made his debut against Trinidad and was one of the 3 goalkeepers heading to Dallas. Richard King was another example like that as well. So it was 3 players apply their trade currently in the Jamaica Premier League, getting that experience of going to Dallas, being part of the whole experience, training, meetings, all of that. And that must be a world of confidence and also a learning experience as well, so that they know the next time that they're in camp, they know the routine. And that in itself is an amazing gesture as well. Blair Vita says, good evening, Simon. Hello, how are you doing, sir? All is well? Damon Ford McGregor says, good evening, everybody. Hey, what time is it where you are, Damon McGregor? Because where I am, it's 4:37. 4:37 where I am. Wayne Evans says, Simon, bless up. Bless up, Wayne. How are you doing? Wicked Man Chris, what do you say to the nation? Like a better tournament than the Gold Cup? A better tournament? A better tournament. I wouldn't say better tournament. I would just say that's more competitive. That is what I would say, and I'll explain why. Because you're only going to play teams in your division. So Jamaica will only play League A teams. Jamaica will not play a League B or League C team in the Nations League. But in the Gold Cup, Jamaica could play a team in League B or League C, if you understand. So it is high-profile, competitive assignments. Look at our fixtures in the Nations League. We have taken on Canada, the United States, Panama, Honduras, Haiti twice, and Grenada. Those are the teams that we have been able to do. So that is where we are. Mr. Campbell, how are you doing, sir? All is well? What's new? How are things, Mr. Campbell? I continue on. Yeah, you understand. Shattered Hall, remember that we're in March 31. We're 67 days. 67 days before the World Cup qualifiers. 67 days. You know what can happen in April and May? Players can improve form. You can have situations where players have a long season going into the playoffs of their respective competitions as well. So it's too early to have conversations of that nature. Way too early. We're still in the month of March, and we have all of April and we have all of May. 67 days to go. 67 days to go until our next game in World Cup qualifying. Until the start of World Cup qualifying, I should say. I feel so too, Wicked Man Burp. I feel the same way too. Bugs Bunny 54 Skirvin. Peter Mystic says great, and Simon 119 watching and only 31 likes. That not right. Peter Mystic is right. That not right. You guys know what you need to do. You guys need to smash the like button. Much better than that. Come on, guys. You guys know that already. You guys know. Come on. All right. Smash the like button. All right. Let's get this video to at least 100 likes. Stop doing what you're doing and smash the like button. Okay. It's as simple as that. Will Jamaica be playing before the World Cup qualifiers? Well, there's no friendly matches that have been arranged. The next FIFA window is World Cup qualifying, 2 matches against the Dominican Republic and the Dominica, and after that it's the Copa America tournament where Jamaica will play Mexico, Ecuador, and Venezuela in the group stages of the competition. And then after that you have the knockout stages of the competition, and in the quarterfinals, whether Jamaica finishes first or second in the group, Jamaica would play the team that is first or second in Group A, which has Argentina, Canada, Peru, and Chile. All right. Not that I'm aware of their video. Not that I'm aware of. There was supposed to be a game against Australia. I mean, that was announced publicly, but no, that's not taking place. Carl Largy says, greetings, Simon. Always good listening. Oh, thank you very much, Carl. I appreciate that. Wicked Man Burp says, I think we should play more out of FIFA window. Should play Cuba, Haiti, DR, Puerto Rico, or even Belize. I understand what you're saying, Ricky Man, because Central American teams do it because how Central America is geographically, a team can drive over the border. You know what I'm saying? Versus the Caribbean that is made up of islands. So you're going to have to fly to go to another place. But if somebody wants to go from Panama to Costa Rica, they can drive over the border. You know, travel expenses are cut. So you understand exactly what I'm saying? Somebody can drive from Guatemala to Belize, for an example, as well. So that's the dynamics in Central America, why they utilize the non-FIFA window periods extremely well. A majority of them, I should say. And that is why I've made suggestions. I think the Cayman Islands is so close. Cuba is right here as well. I think Jamaica still has non-stop flights to Provo. Provo is in the Turks and Caicos Islands. Jamaica has non-stop flights to Trinidad, Barbados. Yeah, that's right. Jamaica has non-stop flights. You can, if you want to go to Grenada, you go Jamaica to Trinidad, Trinidad to Grenada. That is an option there as well. As far as other places are concerned, you may need 1 stop and then get there, or 2 stops and then get there. You know what I'm saying? Like if you want to go to St. Kitts, you could have to go Jamaica, Barbados, St. Kitts. You know? There's no straight flight between Jamaica and St. Kitts and Nevis, you know? Christopher McKenzie says, what's up, Simon? What's up? Yes, Lamar. Jamaica were 6th in the Concacaf Rankings Index, and now Jamaica are 5th in the Concacaf Rankings Index. Okay? So Jamaica are 5th in the Concacaf Rankings Index. Jamaica gained 92 quality points, and this is the most points gained by a CONCACAF team in the March edition of the CONCACAF Rankings Index. Your show says, blessing Simon, Dudley UK in the house. Oh, we got the Midlands in the house right now, up in Wolverhampton Wanderers, the Black Country. Do you know what I mean? Like, because your players like the Marty Gray coming from Birmingham, Darren Moore's coming from that part of the world, Amari Bell also from Birmingham as well. He came from that part of the world. So people from Brummie, the Birmingham lads, Jack Grealish, Darren Moore. Do you know what I mean? Like, so when you go that part of England, you hear the top sing-songy accent, but it's different when you go up north, up to Liverpool. Because when you go to Liverpool Football Club, it's a different sort of action. Do you know what I mean? Like, because you start talking like Jimmy Carragher and all of those players are coming around the corner. So that's why I stick to the Mancunian accent, because for me, Mancunian comes quite naturally because of my heritage and my roots. But one accent I think it's quite difficult to do is up in Newcastle, the Geordie accent. Why, I mate, I mean, when I woke up this morning, it was 2:35 a.m. So I was quite mortal when I woke up. But when I saw Alan Shearer, Andy Carroll, and Niall Ranger at my front door, I mean, I was lost for words. So it just goes to show the different accents around the United Kingdom. Well, Lennox Gordo, let's see what happens. Let's see. Let's see. Why are you crying, know yourself? Why are you crying? Why are you crying, know yourself? Why are you crying? Wicked Man Chris says, play the teams close to us if we play our domestic players. Well, what I will say is that you do have, with the Concacaf Caribbean Cup, our players of Harborview, Cavalier, Dunbeholden have played teams from the Dominican Republic, played teams from Trinidad, have played teams from Martinique. And there are some instances where I must say that you have to say are very interesting. St. Elizabeth accent. You have to ask Jerome Taylor or Darren Paul for that. Jerome for that. St. Elizabeth accent. Nah, I'm a Kingstonian, so I don't think I can do that. Sorry, I'm from St. Andrew, so I'm from St. Andrew, so I don't think I can do that. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I've had the privilege to travel to 34 countries, and it's been a great experience. I've richly enjoyed it. No, I'm not from Peckham. I'm not from Peckham. No, I'm not a London lad. My heritage is Manchester. St. Elizabeth people chat bad like the road them down there. It's like, you're putting three words together. I think that's what when I go to St. Elizabeth, sometimes I have to ask them to repeat themselves, or I need like 3 seconds to process what they've just said before responding. Like I went to St. Elizabeth Technical High School last year, and I was just listening to the students talk to one another, and it took me a couple of seconds to understand what they were saying. So it just made me wonder, what about St. Elizabeth is so different from other parts of the country, Just like why Liverpool is so different from other parts of the country, because when you hear somebody from Liverpool speak, you don't hear that accent in other parts of the country. Well, you know what I'm saying? Not Manchester, not Yorkshire, not Newcastle, not Birmingham, not London, not Bristol. So it's very different. I'm from St. Andrew, wicked man, Chris. Gilla T says, bless up, Simon. Bless up. How you doing, man? John Paul says, up, Simon, up. Them call everything and everybody him. That's something, truly something, Chris. I never really processed it like that. But yeah, it's interesting, though, to see the different things, the different accents. But yeah, that is that from that sort of standpoint, But I will say is it's so yeah. Come on, guys. Almost 200 of you watching and just 64 likes. You guys could do better than that. So smash the like button right now, okay? I'm sure Special Simon, show us the full ranking. Okay. For Concacaf, sure, no problem. So Mexico, number 1, United States 2, Panama 3, Canada 4, Jamaica 5, Costa Rica 6, Honduras 7th, Haiti 8th, Guatemala 9th, Trinidad and Tobago 10th, Martinique 11th, El Salvador 12th, Cuba 13th, Curacao 14th, Guadeloupe 15th, Nicaragua 16th, Suriname 17th, French Guiana 18th, Guyana 19th, Dominican Republic 20th, Bermuda 21st, Puerto Rico 22nd, Montserrat 23rd, St. Lucia 24th, St. Kitts and Nevis 25th, Grenada 26th, St. Kitts and Nevis 27th, Antigua and Barbuda 28th, Belize 29th, Aruba 30th, Dominica 31st, Bonaire 32nd, Barbados 33rd, St. Martin 34th, St. Martin 35th, Bahamas 36th, the Cayman Islands 37th, Turks and Caicos Islands 38th, the British Virgin Islands, who Jamaica will play next year, 39th, the US Virgin Islands 40th, and Anguilla, one of the biggest risers with 21 points, 41st. So that is that. Yeah, Anguilla is going to be participating in the second round of World Cup qualifying. Would you look at that? But yeah. Wicked Man, Chris, it's going to be difficult, you know. It's going to be difficult in terms of closing the gap in the Jamaica Premier League because sometimes when if there was something to fight for, they could say yes, but yeah. Chris King says 88. What do you mean 88? I don't understand. Michael Sadler, how are you doing, sir? Hope you're doing well. Michael Seaton, I did an interview with him recently. Did you watch it? I encourage you to watch it. You know, that would be greatly appreciated to watch that interview where he spoke about his life in Germany and spoke about how he's doing as well, and also his transition into Germany and Europe by extension, some of the hurdles that he has had to overcome and how he's doing today and how he's settled into his environment, what happened during COVID, you know, so all of these things were discussed when I spoke to him, and also his time representing Jamaica at youth level as well, and also at the senior team as well. But in terms of this season in particular, he has 12 goals in 26 matches. So basically a goal every 2 matches, which is pretty good. He's in the fourth tier at Rot-Weiss Erfurt. So he's in the fourth tier of German football. And can you believe it? He's still only 27 years old. 27 years old. Was at DC, one of the youngest players in MLS history at 16 at DC. Can't believe that was 10 years ago. Went on loan to Richmond Kickers in the United Soccer League. Scored goals. Went to Sweden in Orebrejo. Played 4 games. Went to Portland Timbers in the MLS. Won an MLS Cup there. Went to Israel. Scored goals. Returned from Israel and went to the USL at Orange County. 24 goals in 56 games. Goal machine. Went to Germany. Went to Victoria Cologne. Then BSV Redon. And Berlin, aka 07. And now at Rot-Weiss Erfurt. So since COVID to now, he's been in Germany, and he feels that Germany is a good league, and he feels like he has the ability to be able to play in the second tier. He feels that he could play in the second tier of German football. So that's what I'll say there. Jamaican youth troubles. Well, Jamaican, it depends. It really depends on what happens with other teams as well, because based on what you're seeing here, Jamaica would need to close a 30-point gap with Canada. So we'll have to wait and see. So it really depends on what happens in that aspect of things. Not that I'm aware of, you, Sherwood. Not that I'm aware of. Glendon King TV says, do you have the FIFA World Rankings? Yes, I have the FIFA World Rankings. Jamaica are 57th right now, Costa Rica 54th, Canada 50, Panama 44, Mexico 15th, and the United States are 13th in the world. So that is where we are right now in terms of the FIFA World Rankings. I don't know about that Peter Mystic about longest session. I don't know where you got that information. That's why on this platform it's about accuracy, reliability, credibility, and positivity. All right. I think it's important to listen to what Coach Halgrimson said at a press conference, because what Coach Halgrimson says is accuracy. Mr. United says, big up, Mr. Preston, big up. Yes, Lee Young, Jamaica was the biggest mover in the index, 92 points. No other team registered 92 points. And if you even look at the index as well, so US gained 13 points, Guatemala 3, Cuba got 21 points in the index as well. You had Belize getting 18 points, Bonaire 13 points. Guys, Bonaire are coming. Bonaire are coming for the world. They just took on El Salvador, and they want to play more high-profile games. And Anguilla, 21 points. Jamaica, the highest, with 92 points. Well, Jamaica defeated, as you know, Panama. And, you know, after 90 minutes, the score against the United States was 1-1. So, there you go. So you heard what Coach said. We're going to take home a lot of FIFA points. Yes, Chris, I am fully aware. I know Junior Firpo made his debut for the Dominican Republic against Aruba, and he also played in their match against Peru recently, where they lost 4-1. So, fully aware about Junior Firpo at Leeds United, the left back, left winger. Yeah. So that's what I'll say. But yeah, let's see. Let's see about Mariano Diaz. Let's see. I know he's at Sevilla right now, but we'll see. Let's see. Yep, so that's where we are. Janera Johnson. Janera Johnson is progressing nicely. Really well at Ajax. Yeah, he's doing well. Carl Thomas says, up, Simon. Up, Carl. Big up, man. How you doing, man? All things your neck of the woods, man. Staying warm. Must be cool your part of the woods. But yeah, man. Big up, Carl. Hope you're doing well, man. Enough respect as always, man. Remember Winston Fowling. At the end of the day, the points makes a big deal. As I've always said, Winston Fowling, what you do in the past affects the future. What you do in the past affects the future. What you do in the past affects the future. So that is why it's imperative there is no margin for error as we climb up the table and narrow these points. And we want to build that consistency as well. Remember, we Jamaica were in League B of the Nations League. Now we're in League A. All right. So that is why what you do now affects the future, and what you did in the past affects the present. He's at Rangers and he's strutting his stuff, Milo Uncut. Glendon King TV says the next ranking we will move us. We'll move US. I believe we're number 1 in Concacaf. But yeah, you're right. We're in the top 3. We're in the top 3. Well, know yourself, put it this way. They're competitive assignments. They're competitive matches. So they're big points on offer. So no margin for error, consistency, getting victories are important. Shai Smith says, up Simon General. Big up, man. Hope you're doing well. Well, Declan, here's the thing in life. We don't have the ability to go back in the past. We don't have a time machine. We can't go back in the past. What has happened, and we press on ahead. We won our first medal in 7 years, our highest ever finish in a Concacaf tournament since 2017, and now we're looking forward to the summer. The question should be, in 67 days, how are we going to ensure that that national stadium is full to the brim? We have a responsibility, and everybody, all stakeholders have a role to play in this process. All stakeholders have a role to play in this process, and that's really important. King Burke, how are you doing, man? Hope you're doing well. A football CPL like a Caribbean Premier League? Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't see that taking place in the immediate future. A lot of focus will be stemmed on the Concacaf Caribbean Cup, where you'll have the top 10 best clubs in the Caribbean come to play in a competition. And at the end of the day, the top 3 teams will qualify for the Concacaf Champions Cup. So I feel that you're going to see a similar note in that aspect of things, where you'll have 3 clubs from Jamaica, a couple of clubs from Trinidad, the Dominican Republic, partake in these competition. Yep, I know, wicked man, Chris. The Dominican Republic are naturalizing players. Fully aware about that. Yeah, and I watch their clubs as well in the Concacaf Caribbean Cup, specifically Atletico Pantoja, Cibao, and Mocha. I watched all three of them, and there are no pushovers because the Dominican Republic has in their national team have domestic based players part of their squad, including goalkeeper. Think about Richard Dabas as well. So they have players. Wikiman Chris, what I would like to see though is, like how you have the UEFA Champions League. I guess you could say technically we have it now, but like a Caribbean Champions League. So basically what CONCACAF has right now, the CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. The CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. I would just rename it CONCACAF the Caribbean Champions League. But it's fine. CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. That's fine. That's fine. We're just the best clubs in the Caribbean play each other, and you get a bit of bragging rights there. You know what I'm saying? Carl says Canadians loving the weather today, nice and bright outside. 7 degrees Celsius. Okay, all right, that's cool. I don't mind that sort of weather, honestly. I don't. Some people might say, I'd cool it. But honestly, that's fine. That's 7 degrees. Yeah. So yeah. Tennessee Lewis says, big up, Simon. Big up. How you doing, man? Wicked man Chris says, each country should invest into their football pyramid. Moving from pro to semi-pro. Well, there's a lot of aspects to it. Wicked man Chris. Clubs, structure, I guess, remuneration of players. Yeah, different things to look at. Thank you, Tycoon. I appreciate it. I appreciate it greatly. Glendon, remember I said early in the program that on Wednesday, April 3, that's when the next edition of the CONCACAF rankings will be, of the FIFA rankings will be revealed. April 3, 2024, that's when we'll have the FIFA rankings be updated. So the FIFA ranking that you're seeing right now is from the February 15 edition of the FIFA rankings. So the CONCACAF Nations League results, that wouldn't be reflected until April 3 in the FIFA World Rankings. Yeah, that's an interesting way to look at it, Mr. United. A very compelling way to look at it. As I say, Mr. United and everybody watching this video, the mindset now should be before we step foot on American soil in the Copa America, we need to ensure that we have 6 points on the board. That is a non-negotiable. We should be accumulating 6 points from our opening 2 games of World Cup qualifying. That is a non-negotiable. That should be secured. Mr. United, Richard Dabas is a centre-back and also the captain of Mocha FC in La República Dominicana. Is billboards really the best way to advertise? As I said, Richard Green, it's everybody has a role to play. We are aware from now. We know from now that it's Thursday, June 6th. So we have ample notice, Thursday, June 6th. Everybody knows from now. Everybody knows from now that it is Thursday, June 6th. Everybody knows Thursday, June 6th. Simple. David Cook says, big up the Ray Boys. Big up. Well, Glendon King TV, I'm sure you'd have seen that the Minister of Sport, Minister Grange, has spoken about upgrades to the National Stadium for 2025 in relation to which month in 2025. I'm not sure, but upgrades will be made in 2025. And this is a very expansive approach because it's not going to It's not only going to include the stands, but also including putting in a museum where which can be monetized. Persons, tourists coming to look at artifacts and read up on the history of our sporting greats. Know yourself. As I said earlier, we are 67 days to go until World Cup qualifiers. A full month of April and a full month of May. There's so much things that can happen. You can have players that have long seasons. You can have players that are going into playoffs of their respective seasons as well. So it's a very, very long season, and it's premature for a discussion of that nature. Extremely premature of that nature. Did you see the squad in the Nations League? All right, good. Yes. Okay, so 6 points is a must. I agree. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. 100%. Tennyson Lambert says, "Hey Simon, big up yourself. No worries, we'll catch USA and Mexico in Copa America." I love that. Love that very much. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. That's very comforting. Very, very comforting. You know? Well, for somebody that has a phone, yes. So Wicked Man Chris, what you're saying is no Central American Cup and no Caribbean Cup, but just have a Champions League, an expanded Champions League. Just like we have the UEFA Champions League, we expand it. Yeah, that's interesting, you know. At least still you're gonna have a situation where you're gonna have each club playing a minimum of 3 games. It's interesting, you know. Imagine 3 clubs from Jamaica, 3 from Trinidad. You have 30. No, you're still gonna have playoff. You're gonna need to have like, you have first qualifier and second qualifier in the UEFA Champions League with clubs from Andorra and San Marino and Liechtenstein and Vatican, etc. We still might need that in the Concacaf edition with clubs from Anguilla and TCI and BVI and Bahamas. And then get to a stage where you have the group stage with clubs from the United States, Mexico, Jamaica, etc. So that would be interesting. Figo says, big up. Well, Wicked Man Chris, what I would say is the Concacaf Caribbean Cup was actually a huge success. Viewership, we're talking 100 million on television. Exposure of talent as well, that also went up to a different dimension as well. 2 Jamaican clubs in the semi-finals of a competition, second and fourth respectively. The other one went on to defeat a team that is ranked number 1 in the Caribbean Club Ranking Index. You know, that was a whisker away from qualifying from a semi-final in Dun Beholden. You had a team that finished fourth that actually defeated a team that went on to win the competition in Robin Hood. However, you actually defeated Robin Hood by 3 goals to 2. And you even have a situation where Cavalier scoring goals for fun, left, right, and center in the group stage and also in the semi-finals of the competition as well. Basil Hilton says, second time listener. Second time. Oh, thank you very much for tuning in, Mr. Hilton. Please do hit the like button. And after hitting the like button, please hit the subscribe button as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. 14 parish teams. That's 1 team per parish. I understand your reasoning for it, but I want the best teams to be playing in our top flights. And if it means that 7 of the 14 clubs are from Kingston and San Andrew, then it is what it is from that perspective. Let's look at the English Premier League. The English Premier League has 20 clubs. How many of those 20 clubs are London clubs? Arsenal, Tottenham, West Ham, Chelsea, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Brentford, 7 teams. Teams just outside of London, Luton Town. You go up to like the Midlands of England. So the Midlands of England, so like in the Birmingham region. So you have Wolves and you have Aston Villa in those areas. So from that perspective, you look at it and you say, well, okay, 35%, 35 to 40% of the teams in the Premier League are London teams. Figo says, hoping we get a friendly before World Cup qualifying. Let's see. Let's see. Remember, in the non-FIFA window, you'd only have players apply their trade in the Jamaica Premier League available to us. You wouldn't have players who apply their trade in England or North America or Scandinavia or Eastern Europe applying their trade. Remember, in the non-FIFA window, this would be players who apply their trade domestically in the Jamaica Premier League. Well, Glendon King TV, as you know, there is Drax Hall in St. Anne, and it's going through upgrades as we speak right now. So they're moving in a step in that right direction. Well, King Burke, based on my research, right? He has played 3 times for England, right? 3 times for England. And there are 3 matches. He was born July 28 in the year 2000. When he was 21, he played against Albania and played against San Marino and had a friendly against the Ivory Coast. So he's played 2 competitive games and a friendly for England. The format for World Cup qualifying, well, remember the second round of World Cup qualifying, it's 2 games at home and 2 games away. So what's going to happen is that we're going to play the Dominican Republic at home and then play Dominica away. And then come 2025, we'll play BVI away and then play Guatemala at home. It's in the third round, which is the final round, that we play teams both home and away. So the second round of World Cup qualifying is not going to be home and away. It's just the third round that's going to be home and away. Well, Wickedman Chris, you're comparing something on a different perspective. MLS franchises are on a completely different scale. MLS franchises are completely different. So you can't compare that at this point in time. You're comparing a completely different environment. So it's not fair of a comparison there. It's not. So I need to sell Drax Hall. I don't understand that comment. Yes, Milo Uncut, you are correct. For the first round, how many teams advanced from the group? Mr. United, the first round was TCI, the Turks and Caicos Islands against Anguilla, and the US Virgin Islands against the British Virgin Islands. The first round of the World Cup qualifiers is done. The first round of World Cup qualifying are done. Done. This is the second round that starts in June. In the second round of World Cup qualifying, you have 6 groups, right? 6 groups, 5 teams in each group. The top 2 teams from each group will advance to the third round of the competition. In the third round of the qualifiers, you're going to have 3 groups, 4 teams in each group. The group winner of each of the 3 groups will qualify for the World Cup, while the 2 best runners-up will head to the Intercontinental Playoffs in March 2026. Okay. Hope that provides clarity for everybody so that you can process it. Yeah, Mount Pleasant Academy, they're leading right now across a chunk scores. So glad they will secure top two for sure. Repeat the process. Okay, sure. The first round just ended. The second round of World Cup qualifying, you have 6 groups and 5 teams in each group. The top 2 teams in each group will advance to the third round of the qualifiers. In the third round of the qualifiers, you have 3 groups and 4 teams in each group. The group winner of each of the 3 groups will qualify for the World Cup, while the 2 best runners up will qualify for the Intercontinental playoffs. David Cook, he needs a club. That's the truth. It is true, Basil Hilton, that we are not England. You're 100% there, right? But to say that you're going to dismantle all of these clubs that have been around for half of a century and just going to have one team per parish, I don't know. I don't know. The best teams take the field. Is it that because most of corporate Jamaica lies in the corporate area in Kingston and St. Andrew? That's fine because remember, Chris, a Jamaican club coming against a Mexican club, coming against LA Galaxy or Cincinnati or Philadelphia Union. I embrace that. I embrace those opportunities. Indeed, Mr. King, to date. So we'll see. But you know what I think, Wicked Man Chris? And Milo Uncut. You know what I feel? I feel the impact Manchester City had. Mount Pleasant Academy can have that in Concacaf. Think about it. Manchester City came under new investment in 2008. 15 years later, they won the first Champions League title. Mount Pleasant Academy, promoted to the Premier League 2018, they won their first title after 5 years. When did Man City win their first title? 2012, under the new ownership, so 4 years later. So, with the continuous investment within the product, the continuous improvement with the players at disposal as well, I think Mount Pleasant Academy in a decade from now should be challenging for CONCACAF honours. They've done so at youth level, and I think that they should compete for CONCACAF honours in a decade from now. That's how I feel. Genuinely. So that is where we are. Indeed, Milo. So for me, having Mount Pleasant Academy winning a CONCACAF Champions League title, yeah, that would be great. That would be fantastic. A huge honor. Yep, things are happening. Great things are happening, guys. One step at a time, you can definitely see it, can't you? Yeah, for sure. Let me put up the FIFA rankings, the current FIFA rankings, so at least that you have an idea of things. So this is what the FIFA World Rankings look like right now. All right, that's what the FIFA World Rankings look like at this point in time. So still some work to be done, but it's coming along, coming along, coming along, coming along. Milo money enough like him want to buy a club. Man, Milo, any money that you have that you want to buy a club, put it into Reggae Boys commentaries. Put it into Reggae Boys commentary. Are any clubs up for sale? Woo. Yeah, Wickman Chris. We know about Cavalier having Vina Bartlett. We know Mackinson Cadet from TCI. Yeah, we know other teams like at Mount Pleasant, Kylie Ouvre and Nathaniel James from Trinidad. Montego Bay United also has a player from Trinidad as well on their roster, you know? So, yep. Yep. So that is that. So on your screen, you have the FIFA World Rankings. What does the top 10 look like as it stands? Argentina, France, England, Belgium, Brazil, Netherlands, Portugal, Spain, Italy, Croatia. That's the top 10. 11th is Uruguay. Morocco is 12th. USA is 13th. Mexico 15th. Germany is 16th. Germany is 16th. Where are the Italians? Italians are 9th. Denmark 21st. Australia is 23 in the FIFA World Rankings. Nigeria at 28th. Wales are 29th. Scotland are 34th in the FIFA World Rankings right now. Chile 42, Panama 44, Canada, sans compte, 50th right now. Jamaica 57th as it stands, followed by South Africa, Iraq, Finland, Burkina Faso, Republic of Ireland, Congo, Albania, Cape Verde, Uzbekistan, Ghana, North Macedonia, United Arab Emirates, Jordan, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro, Iceland, Northern Ireland, Israel, Guinea, Georgia, Honduras. Eritrea are unranked, but San Marino are 2210th in the rankings right now. So that is that. Yeah, it's Montego Bay United. It's more than one ownership group because you also have the Stewarts family, the Powell family. Yeah, great things are happening in Mo Bay as well. They're keen on that investment as well into the product. Wouldn't be surprised if they crack the top six as well. I think that would be great for the club. Great morale boost for the club to be able to move in that direction. You know, so that would be a plus, a big plus. So Dominica are ranked 180th in the rankings. Dominican Republic are ranked 150 within the rankings. We can make Chris as a OSM on success. The consistency will be key. The consistency will be key. Claudia Preston says, Simon P, respect. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you are doing well. Yes. So folks, we will wrap up shortly, folks. If you guys haven't already, I encourage you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Hope your weekend has been progressing nicely and that it has been smooth for you all and that you enjoy the time ahead of the week that lies ahead for everybody. Yeah, Adam Stewart, the Powell family. So quite a number of persons involved into that project. And as you know, Mila, there's an agreement between Charlton Athletic and Mount Pleasant Academy Football Club. So we saw Devante Campbell going to Charlton and getting some experience there. So it was great exposure for him to go to England to get his foot wet so he can know the conditions, getting the surfaces, and knowing the demands really of professional football. Week in, week out, from you wake up in the morning, you go to the training center, you're having breakfast, you have team meetings, you go to the pitch for training, you have lunch, you have a recovery session, you have another session, and then you're done for the day. And just know the demands from the moment you wake up until you're finished training for the day. It's an all-day session. You have meetings for training, what you're going to do in the session. You have another meeting in relation to video of the opposition. You have another meeting that can be in relation to what you did in training and the things that you want to tighten up on or improve upon. So it's really important, honestly. All of these things together, put together, yeah, really important. Yes, Milo, it's good. It really is good to that Devante had that experience as well. And to make his debut for Jamaica quite recently against Trinidad. Yeah, he stood out as well. I think he should have gotten on the score sheet, but this time will come. Wicked man, I think you should buy Tivoli Gardens. Since you're passionate about the club Tivoli Gardens, I think you should be the man that buys Tivoli Gardens and rename the venue of the stadium to Wicked Man Sports Center. But yeah, that would be interesting, to having that investment in the project. But Tivoli are one of 5, 6 teams that can win the Premier League. That's the interesting thing. You have Mount Pleasant Academy, you have Cavalier, you have Portmore, you have Arnett, you have Tivoli, and then one of Waterhouse, Dunbeholden, or Montego Bay United are going to be in the top 6. You want some Brazilians within the league? Interesting. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad idea actually. Yeah, that would be nice to have Brazilians within the league. What's a church mouse? Nah. Positivity, my friend. Positivity. All right. So, one step at a time. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Have you guys hit the like button? Have you guys hit the subscribe button? Please do so. Grateful for all of your support. We've moved up to 5th in the Concacaf rankings index. A very positive sign. Something that we should all embrace. And something that we should all be proud about as we continue on to further success and continue on to further things that we want to accomplish. Wouldn't you all agree? Yeah, I'm sure that you all would agree with that aspect of things there, you know? So please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, use the super chat feature so that you guys can engage more within the comments. So yeah, you guys can be more involved within the process of things, okay? So looking forward to all of that from you guys, very much so. FIFA rankings will come out on Wednesday. That's correct. On Wednesday, it will be revealed. So we look out for that. I look forward to what lies ahead as well. All right, guys, stay in touch and more content to come.
I'm Altamont Freddy Butler.
And I'm Ricardo Baby Gardner. And you're watching the Reggae Boys commentary.
Reggae Boys commentary, live and direct every time.
Hi, I'm Damari Gray. You're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
This video is brought to you by Andy Gone Nuts. 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. This video is brought to you by Starboys Juices. Infusing fruits with sea moss in Philadelphia and New Jersey. Refreshing, nutritious, and delicious. There are numerous flavors to choose from. There is strawberry sea moss, peanut hard-on, beaten thing, pineapple sea moss, mango sea moss, pineapple ginger, ginger root, cucumber ginger, and so much more. Call Starboys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Call now and you won't be disappointed. If you think the juices were good, then try Starboys Jello, full of flavor and sumptuous. Again, call Store Boys at 1-267-904-3454. That's 1-267-904-3454. Hey guys, thank you so much for taking your time out to watch this video in particular. But let me give you an update on a channel called Sport City. Yes, Sport City. It is a channel dedicated to everything related to Jamaican sports. Football, cricket, athletics, netball, rugby league, rugby union, tennis, lacrosse, swimming, you name it, we got it on Sports City. And what is the channel designed to do? It is designed to highlight Jamaican talents across all of those sporting disciplines. If you're a Jamaican and you're playing that sport, then we got you covered on Sports City. So it's quite simple, guys. Hit the subscribe button to Sports City right now.
Hi, my name is Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
I'm Javon Watson, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Yes, Reggae Boys Commentary, like and subscribe, yeah? Reggae Boys Commentary, like, share and subscribe.
Reggae Boys Commentary, subscribe, like and share.
I'm Altamont Freddie Butler.
I'm Ricardo Baby Gardner, and you are watching the Reggae Boys Commentary.
Reggae Boys Commentary, live and direct every time.